I really wish I could say psych right now, but I mean, the entire internet is going crazy out here on Emma Watson. And apparently, J.K. Rowling also did respond. You don't have to like the video, you do not have to subscribe. Let's actually get down to it, because I gotta be honest, man, at one point, Emma Watson was my high school crush, man. You feel what I'm saying? So it's gonna be really hard to watch this video. Let's find out. Shout out to the homie Critical Drinker. Wait for it, roll it.
Oh dear, it's not a very good time to be Emma Watson, is it? From child actor to indie darling to big budget star, and finally to whiny, controversial and divisive activist, increasingly disconnected from reality and now publicly ridiculed by one of the biggest names in modern culture in what—
J.K. Rowling is 60, right? Damn, she don't look 60 out here. Oh shit. That's crazy. You know, I mean, she's a billionaire, so makes sense, right? Can a brother get 2 pennies or something like that, man? That's crazy, man. You know, there's a saying. You're not ugly. Nobody is ugly. You just are not rich. Simple as that, guys. Simple as that. There's this saying, so why don't you bring that up? Nobody's ugly, bro. You're just not rich enough.
May go down as the most savage dressing down in history. Ever since she exploded onto the big screen with the Harry Potter franchise, her acting has carried her to the very cusp of A-level stardom before it all came to a shuddering halt in one of the most baffling acts of career self-sabotage outside of Rachel Zegler.
It's Hollywood, baby.
I mean, I never really followed Hermione, or I should say, in Focus. Never really followed Emma Watson doing like the activist stuff. I've seen people complain, make videos and all that, but I never really got into it, right? So I'm not sure if it was that bad. Was it that bad? Because, yeah, like, to me, okay, like, I could be wrong, guys. A hand on top of this bottle of water, okay? But I think Emma Watson ain't that bad in comparison to Rachel Zegler. Maybe that's an L opinion. Maybe that's an L opinion. Okay. Maybe
a woman who pinned her reputation, her public image, and her entire worldview on whatever happened to be most popular at the time, never considering that the cultural winds might change and what's popular today might not be popular tomorrow. So saddle up, dear viewer, grab your wizarding wands and whatever other stupid shit they use in Harry Potter, and let us examine the crash and burn of Emma.
Nah, man, Harry Potter is a W series, bro. It's a W series, man. Yeah, I love Harry Potter, man. I love Harry Potter, but yeah, maybe Hermione or Emma Watson can do the Wingardium Leviosa on the homie Critical Drinker right now, or something like that, man.
Watson. Emma Charlotte Duer Watson was born in Paris.
It's Duer, not Duer. It's Duer.
France in 1990 to a pair of wealthy lawyers. So naturally she grew up with all the benefits of having wealthy parents. Private schooling, tuition, multiple homes, and access to any clubs and interests she wanted to pursue. One of which turned out to be acting. Fuck me, she basically is Hermione Granger. Anyway, by
she had, bro, like, let's be real. She was perfect for Hermione Granger, right? And yeah, she had like a good like server ping, right? She had good spawn RNG. She spawned in one of the lowest server ping of all time, especially at that time. So yeah, man, you definitely need to on this planet, bro. Servers matter, okay? Pings do matter. So you gotta, if you have a good RNG at spawn, okay, that means birth, okay? That means a good country. That means your circumstances, okay? That's basically what I'm alluding to right now. But yeah. So you just need good server spawn with the lowest PNG or ping, my bad, ping.
1999, a series of books about a boy wizard were turning out to be pretty popular, and work soon began on adapting them into a movie franchise. For this, they needed a bunch of child actors to play the 3 leads, including Hermione. Their searching soon led them to the Oxford Acting School where Watson was studying, and after no fewer than 8 auditions, she was finally cast in the role. And well, all I can say about her early performances is, you can tell that she was a theatre kid, that's for fucking sure.
I'm Hermione Granger, and
you are. Listen, man, yo, Harry Potter series is the GOAT, man. Like, yeah, you can joke about it, yeah, you can have memes, and that's fine, right? Opinions, everybody got it, right? So either you loved it or you didn't like it, that's fine, that's cool. But But to me, bro, like, yeah, yeah, she was perfect for Emma Watson, or I mean, for Hermione Granger. And in fact, like, all the cast was good.
Piss taken aside though, for a 10-year-old that had never acted in a movie before, I guess she was fine. Daniel Radcliffe was way better though. Anyway, you don't need me to tell you that the Harry Potter movies would go on to become a global phenomenon over the next several years, keeping Watson and her co-stars so busy that she literally didn't act in anything else until 2007, when she appeared in the TV movie Ballet Shoes, a film that landed mixed reviews and didn't do a whole lot for her career.
I mean, like, with Harry Potter, like, all of these actors won life, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of them became multi-millionaire, got the most stardom ever, the most fame ever. I mean, Harry Potter, bro, like, shit. They got the most fandom, fame ever. Right after that, like, I'm not even sure if the other actors are acting or not. Could be wrong, but yeah, I never really looked up
In public, the Harry Potter series was going from strength to strength, but behind the scenes, the cracks were starting to show. Watson and the others were burned out by the constant demands of filming and promotional tours, and when it came time to renegotiate her contract after the Goblet of Fire, she seriously considered leaving the franchise altogether. Still, she was eventually convinced to sign on again. It's amazing what a multi-million-dollar paycheck can do for a girl, isn't it? And by 2011, the series came to a close with Deathly Hallows.
That's crazy. Okay, I was not aware that she was debating not coming back. Yo, that would have been bad, bro. That would have been bad if these motherfuckers actually changed Hermione. If they really changed Hermione's actress, it wouldn't be the same, bro. You know, the same happened with the Fantastical Beast, right? Whatever that was. Fantastic Beast. I never really got super deep into Fantastic Beast when I first watched it, and then I put it off for like several years, and I came back to it and I started watching it, and I kind of got into it, and I believe it wasn't the third Fantastic Beast or the fourth one. It could be, yeah, now my memory is foggier than Snoop Dogg's bathroom, so I don't remember fully. But it was to do with Johnny Depp. Yeah, that's right, Johnny Depp, right? Because of what happened with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, they recasted the Johnny Depp actor, and it was somebody else. Great actor. The other guy was also great. Yeah, I'm not getting his name. He was also in James Bond Casino Royale movie. He was the antagonist in that. Yeah, no, great actor. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with him. He's good too. But it's just that Johnny Depp was supposed to be in Fantastic Beast, and when they pulled that move, that killed the immersion for the movie. That really killed the franchise for me personally. I'm not sure if you guys got into it or not. And then we found out that, yeah, like, Johnny Depp was not guilty. He was innocent, but see, the damages were already done, which is just sad, right? And I believe same kind of happens. Could be, nah, I could be wrong about him. Okay, maybe. Okay, if I start talking, then we'll be here for years, bro.
Hallows Part 2. For the first time in more than a decade, Watson was on her own. She'd basically grown up with Harry Potter. She'd never had a normal childhood or lived a normal life, and she likely never would. Keep that one in mind because it'll be important later. The question now was how to escape the long shadow of Hermione Granger and forge a career of her own. Her first few outings were mostly low-budget indie movies, everything from biopics like My Week with Marilyn to romantic dramas like The Perks of Being a Wallflower, and even heist movies like Bling Ring. None of them were big hits, but they did at least prove that she could be more than a mildly annoying bookworm with crappy hair. 2014 saw her move into big-budget filmmaking with Darren Aron.
Yeah, hit her! But let's be real, right? Like, they wanted life. Let's be real, though. As in that they done Harry Potter, one of the biggest franchises of all time in the history, right? So yeah, it doesn't really matter if they stop acting or keep on doing it or do smaller stuff, bigger stuff. It don't really matter, honestly, though, you know.
Aronofsky's Noah, followed up by low-budget thrillers Colonia and Regression. No matter the budget or the quality of the movie, one thing that stayed consistent were the positive reviews for Watson's acting. Now in her mid-20s and arguably at the peak of her career, she was developing a reputation as an eclectic and confident performer, willing to take on challenging roles and play against type, equally at home on the big or the small screen. An actor who wasn't just chasing fame and money, but taking on projects with actual artistic merit. Well done, Emma. Her star was rising. She was rapidly becoming the
Okay, so far so good. I'm still waiting for the drama. Yeah, I know we're getting there, but
new it girl of Hollywood. Young, talented, intelligent, and sophisticated, she could navigate interviews like a pro. She was a natural in front of the camera, and she held all the correct opinions on important political topics. When the Me Too movement kicked off, Emma was all over it like a fly on shit, making speeches about feminism, establishing activism groups, and even getting appointed to the UN as their goodwill ambassador for women. Because truly, no one understands the
I mean, I know like she went on to do like the activism stuff, but I never really followed that. But yeah, okay, now I was not aware of all that, and okay, but yeah, what did she say?
Plight of women in repressive third world regimes better than because truly no one understands the plight of women in repressive third world regimes better than a multi-millionaire, privately educated theater kid Hollywood actress that's never held a normal job in her entire life.
Really?
But more on that later. Pretty soon, Watson wasn't content just to make speeches and
Hey, bro, what the hell? Where were you looking?
But more on that later. Pretty soon, Watson.
Yeah, bro, I caught you right there, mister. Caught you right there. Wait, what? Yeah, keep your eyes up there, okay? It's there, okay? It's here. It's not here. It's here. You gotta like that, bro. Damn, man. Damn, bro. Where is Detective Dokes at, though? We need Detective Dokes on this one immediately. And before I forget, I gotta shout out you guys, the homie Resending. Oh man, thank you guys so much for the insane love on the channel these past couple of days, man. Shout out to the homie Drew, Resendis, Sassy Madeline. Thank you guys so much for the tips, for the love, for the likes on the channel, for the super thanks and all that. Really appreciate it. Alright, let's get back to the content here. Boo, roll it.
Wasn't content just to make speeches in front of rooms full of elderly politicians who probably wish they were literally anywhere else. She was bringing her activism directly into the movies she starred in. The live-action Beauty and the Beast was rewritten at her request to make Belle into an inventor and engineer because
girls get it done.
her political worldview could best be described as I support current thing, also known as the Mark Ruffalo technique.
Gay!
No matter the issue, no matter the complexity or the nuance, you could pretty much guarantee that Emma Watson would be right there in the thick of it, pushing whatever the progressive consensus happened to be at the time. She was less of a person with her own opinions and ideas, and more like a series of safe, politically correct talking points wrapped up in a flesh suit, all delivered.
And some of those opinions are no longer timely valid now. Is that what it is? Yeah, I mean, let's be objective here. Everybody got opinions. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has them, and it stinks. Simple as that, right? You feel what I'm saying? Maybe this opinion as well, this take would also one day become invalid. You know, that would be insane if it does, actually. But yeah, I mean, gotta get with the times, and I believe that's what she was doing. She was staying with the times, but now we're in a completely different climate, right? Completely different landscape. So yeah, people gonna say some now, and also the other part is true as well, right? Yeah, I know people are coming at it as in she's a chameleon, right? Yeah, that's basically what he's trying to get at. That's what everybody's trying to get at. But the other part that I was trying to get at is people grow, some for the best, some for the worst, okay? And opinions do change. And yeah, opinions will always change because people grow or people not grow. Okay, there's just that. But
delivered with the kind of sneering upper-class British disdain that can only truly come from playing life on easy mode from the day she was born. But just like an overloaded cauldron filled with the wrong ingredients, problems were a brewing, dear viewer. Remember the lady who wrote all those wizarding books?
Yeah.
Well, it turns out she'd become quite rich and famous over the years, and as a big raging progressive feminist herself, she and Emma were marching in lockstep on almost every issue. All except one. It turns out that the wizarding lady.
Yeah, no, I'm aware of that. I'm aware of this part though. That's why I went with the oh shiza right there, because that's crazy, right? Because I don't know everything about it, but I know this, that yeah, the lady, the billionaire lady, J.K. Rowling, she has a problem with the T, okay? The T gang out there, the T alphabet gang, she has a problem with. But I'm not sure if she hates them. Yeah, I don't think she hates them. She hates them. She just did not wanted them to share the same bathroom space as like the kids, the teenage girls out there, and girls in general, right? Yeah, I mean, let's be real, right? If you're a parent, if you're a dad, I'm certain, like, maybe, yeah, if you're a dad or a mom watching this video, put it in the comments. I'm sure a lot of the moms and dads out there, they don't wanna, like, you know, send their, like, teenage daughter or their daughter, like, to a bathroom and then they end up seeing a schlong hanging out there, right? Yeah, absolutely not, right? Like, come on, man, you know? So, yeah, that was the opinion she was having, but then she started getting attacked after that. And I believe she agreed with everything else with Emma, except for the tea situation. And then, yeah, one thing led to another, and here we are, bruh.
He had a few issues with the T part of LGBT and began voicing her concerns with increasing volume. And the reaction from the other side was, well, how can I put this? Now Emma was in a bit of a tricky spot.
I always thought that she never really hated the T gang. It was just the bathroom thing, right? But after that, she started getting attacked so badly. I'm sure then she started hating them. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about J.K. Rowling here, but...
Because she'd made it her mission in life to support Current Thing, but now the wizarding lady who she owed her entire career and stardom to was openly attacking one of the most sacred parts of Current Thing. What to do? Should she stand firm beside her friend of 20 years and back her up? Should she maintain a dignified silence and refuse to get drawn into a fight that wasn't hers? Or should she turn her back on the wizarding lady, hang her out to dry, and make increasingly passive-aggressive attacks against her? I think you can guess which one she chose. And the thing is, that all worked great when Emma seemed to be on the side of Current Thing and the wizarding lady definitely wasn't. The problem with Current Thing though is that eventually it tends to change, and by 2025 the cultural winds had shifted dramatically. Public opinion on the issue was changing, and suddenly the wizarding lady wasn't seen as the evil witch who had to be defeated anymore. Yeah. Now people were beginning to actually listen and even openly support her, and it began to occur to Emma that she might have backed the wrong horse on this one.
Fuck.
So what to do? Stand her ground and maintain her position even if it wasn't so popular anymore? Or do a complete about face and pretend like she'd never disagreed with the wizarding lady in the first place? Well, the answer came on September the 24th on Jay Shetty's On Purpose podcast, where Emma claimed that she loved the wizarding lady and supported her and would always be open to talking with her.
No! Oh my god! So she 180'd. She 180'd, right? But that's good, no? I mean, yeah, I get it. The chameleon part, I get it. But now she's on her side. Is she? Okay, yo, that's complicated. That's tough, man. That's tough, man. That's tough. Okay, I wanna know what happens in the... Yeah, let's get to the climax.
Bullshit!
Oh, really? That's interesting coming from someone who spent half a decade publicly shitting on her. Now, if you were feeling forgiving, you could probably write this whole thing off as a slightly cowardly but very pragmatic decision by someone who senses the political sands moving beneath her and doesn't want to get pulled down by them. And that might have been all she wrote, except this particular interview came to the attention of the wizarding lady, who until now had stayed pretty quiet on...
Oh no. Yeah, looks like the Undertaker's here, man. Damn, or I should say J.K. Rowling is here.
The topic of young Emma. Not anymore, as it turned out, when she decided to deliver the mother of all dressing downs a couple of days later in a very lengthy Twitter post calling out Watson as a spineless grifter, a shameless opportunist, a fair weather friend, and a spoiled privileged brat that had never worked a day in her life and was only trying to cozy up to her again because it was politically safe now. Damn bro, I've seen Mortal Kombat fatalities that were more forgiving than this. I've seen many a debate-
Yeah man, J.K. Rowling, have mercy. I mean, I get it, right? Like, Emma really went gang on her, shitted on her all these years. Yeah, like... Yeah, the beef, they cannot bury the hatchet. I hope they bury the hatchet. I mean, it would be fine, it would be cool, but I guess it's too late, right? It's too late. But that's the thing though. They agreed on mostly everything for the most part, except for the T gang, right? That's what started it.
Bait, many a scathing put down and...
But yeah, that's the thing though. So she uno'd, right? She reverse uno'd. Hermione, that is, Emma Watson, reverse uno'd. And now she's trying to be on J.K. Rowling side, and the T-Gang don't like J.K. Rowling. The T-Gang don't like it, and I mean, yeah, the T-Gang got their reasons, right? You feel what I'm saying? But, yeah, so does that mean the T-Gang hate? Yeah, because I've seen, like, a lot of posts on Twitter. The T-Gang is trying to make her the enemy. I mean, Emma Watson. So she's becoming their enemy right now. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Brutal rebuttal in my time, but never in all of my days have I witnessed a person publicly dismantled with such brutal finesse. It wasn't just a takedown, it was a full-scale verbal evisceration, and proof that if there's one group of people you really don't want to piss off in the online space, it's fucking writers. Especially billionaire writers with hundreds of millions of fans behind them who built their entire careers out of basically nothing. With that one post, Emma Watson's public persona was transformed from a slightly preachy but relatively respected activist to the living personification of everything that people find so repellent about Hollywood actors. The smug, patronising, I know better than you attitude, the echo chamber mentality that comes from a life of privilege and luxury, the mindlessly predictable conformity masquerading as sophisticated intellectualism, and worst of all, the willingness to abandon any position the moment it becomes unpopular.
Yeah.
She wasn't just opinionated and insufferable, she was a coward. And for someone who built their entire brand on fearlessly speaking truth to power, well, that was the most damaging revelation of all.
I mean, yeah, so basically the chameleon part is where we're at, right? But opinions do change, people do grow. But yeah, I guess her stance, the change of opinions that she's having, learning and growing and all that is coming across as fake to a lot of people. And that's what's going on, right? I wonder... Yeah, no, I've seen the post, man. The T-Gang is going crazy on Emma Watson too. So the T-Gang have closed the door shut on her. That's sad, right? Like, that's sad, bro. Like, you know, she fought for the T-Gang all her life, and the T-Gang is now shutting the door on her face. That's sad, bro. That's sad, man.
So what's next for Emma Watson? Can she possibly claw her way back from this? Well, her movie career basically ended 5 years ago when she pulled the plug on acting to focus on activism, so I don't really know if there's any momentum left behind her, even if she wanted to make a comeback. She's 35 now, which isn't exactly old, but it ain't exactly young either, and it's definitely not a good age to try to build your career back up after wasting your prime years in the wilderness. She's not likely to make much progress as an activist either now that her cover's been blown and she's willing to soften her position on the whole tea issue. Because if there's one thing that particular group of activists won't accept, it's betrayal. So it kind of feels like she's fucked either way. Emma Watson...
Yeah, the T-Gang is not gonna forgive her though. Damn, man, she fought for the T-Gang all her life, man. Or maybe not all her life, but like... her conscious life, right? Or when the moment she just awake, or she was woke, right? Like, and all that. She fought for them, man. Damn, the T-Gang, man, y'all boys and gals gotta like defend the queen, man. Like, damn, bro.
Really is proof that if you stand for nothing,
you fall for anything.
You'll fall for anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I see how he put her with the last laugh right there. Damn. Did you see this video though? Yo, man, the situation that's happening with Will Smith after that slap that happened a couple of years ago. Yeah, it's been years, right? Shit, crazy, right? Yeah, check out this video on the screen if you want to see what happened with Will Smith, and I'll see you there.